Jaxson Dart has committed to the University of Mississippi, and we got to talk about it. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am the host of the #1 ranked show on Fox Sports, and right here, we talk about college football year-round, which is why the transfer portal is top of mind as we head into the for real offseason with signing day right around the corner. But signing day has been impacted in a tremendous way by the transfer portal and its invention, especially since April 2021, when the NCAA decided that you could transfer without sitting out a year one time, to which we've seen more than 3,200 players enter the transfer portal since August of 2021. And we saw that number up around 1,800 by the end of the bowl cycle in 2021. We've seen players like Jermaine Burton transfer from Georgia to Alabama, to which Mecole Hardman takes to the tweet saying, how you going to leave the national champs to play for the team that we just beat? And Jermaine Burton looks at what happened with Jameson Williams, who transferred from Ohio State to Alabama. It's like, yeah, I want to do that too, which is another way in which we could say that Nick Saban continues to stay winning in all areas of recruiting. Jahmyr Gibbs, the best player at Georgia Tech, now is a running back at Alabama. We'll see whether or not he earns the starting job. We also saw Caleb Williams go into the transfer portal. The biggest name among a lot of big names from the University of Oklahoma, Spencer Rattler, Austin Stogner, they went to South Carolina. We've seen Jeff Lebby hedge his bets, go get Dylan Gabriel, who had committed to transfer from UCLA to UCLA, from UCF to Oklahoma. See, it's a lot to keep straight here. And shortly after Caleb Williams took a visit to Los Angeles to perhaps take in USC, we saw USC quarterback Jaxson Dart go into the transfer portal, which for the best part of like 2 weeks, we've been thinking Caleb Williams is going to tell us all it's going to USC. We even have a number of rumors going around about this dude, my favorite of which is that he has a USC email. Okay, whatever. And we had the Ole Miss 247 site tell us that Jaxson Dart had enrolled at the University of Mississippi, but he can't be a part of the team until he attends a class or goes to a team meeting, to which I'm going, no, as soon as you enroll, you're basically announcing your decision here. Now, can you be enrolled in several different places? I truly don't know, but I don't think so, right? Perhaps you could, right? Let's game this out. You could enroll somewhere else, and then decide to cancel your enrollment before the enrollment period is over, right? So that they don't charge you for tuition or whatnot. But in the case of Jaxson Dart, we always kind of felt that this would be a natural landing spot for him, or at least I did, as soon as he went into the portal. As a matter of fact, that was one of my first tweets. It's like, Jaxson Dart at Ole Miss would be a lot of fun because he fits the kind of offense that Lane Kiffin had run basically since beginning again, like James Baldwin, at Alabama, and had run to great success with Jeff Lebby at Ole Miss. As a matter of fact, we're coming off the first 10-win season in Ole Miss history, which is a very big deal. They're also losing perhaps a first-round quarterback in Matt Corral, but the offense is predicated on run, pass, option, and play action pass, which means you have to be able to hit the big bomb, and you have to be able to hit it with regularity while going at warp speed, because a big part of that offense is taking advantage of the defense, being on the field for multiple plays, and really running as many plays as you possibly can. And that also means you got to be able to pick up first downs, right? Jaxson Dart won National Gatorade Player of the Year, passing for nearly 6,000 yards, a bunch of TDs, very few interceptions at Corner Canyon. And I've been very loud about this fact. Corner Canyon has become a QB factory of late, right? Zach Wilson comes out of Corner Canyon, goes to BYU, becomes a first-round draft pick. We saw Jaxson Dart go to USC. We've seen Devin Brown become an Ohio State signee. Perhaps you want to take a look at this place in Utah that is turning out quality quarterbacks. But Jaxson Dart also allows for Ole Miss to perhaps pick up where they left off after some tremendous turnover at Ole Miss. We've seen tremendous turnover all over college football, but since we're talking about Ole Miss, you understand. We saw the top 3 running backs at Ole Miss leave, right? Henry Parrish, gone. Snoop Connor, gone. Jerry and Ely, gone. We've seen the top tackler go into the NFL draft, Chance Campbell. We've seen both coordinators take other jobs as coordinators. Jeff Lebby to Oklahoma, DJ Durkin to Texas A&M. We've seen Lane Kiffin hire his brother Chris to run the defense, hire Charlie Weiss Jr., who he worked with at Florida Atlantic, to run the offense. He's got dudes there that can help facilitate what he's doing. He's also lost his player personnel director and general manager, so he went and got another one. Like, what I'm saying is, he has a bunch of moving pieces that he has to try to figure out. Now, they've also picked up like 8 good transfers, and Jaxson Dart's number 9, to say nothing of Michael Trigg, right? The top tight end at USC, who also seemed to be going wherever Jaxson Dart was going. I'm also really interested in which one of these duos pans out, because we saw top tight end target at Oklahoma, Austin Stogner, announced that he was at South Carolina, and then Spencer Rattler with him, but apparently they wanted to go together, and Shane Beamer, I think, is going to have them in a really good way. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be interested to see who has the better season next year, South Carolina or Ole Miss, because I think they're going to be pretty similar with everything that Ole Miss is losing and the momentum for which South Carolina is going to head into the 2022 season. Another thing about Jaxson Dart to keep in mind is that he is basically an identical comp to Matt Corral, according to the 247 Sports composite. You look at their grades, like they're identical up until the 1,000th of a point, or it's really uncanny. I also believe that Dart could become a first-round pick, not unlike Matt Corral, and then we can start talking about Lane Kiffin as the kind of guy that can produce quarterbacks that the NFL likes, like Lincoln Riley, like Ryan Day, like Nick Saban at Alabama, because those coordinators don't seem to stay for a very long time, though it seems like Bill O'Brien's going to be around for another year at least at Alabama. I think that Ole Miss has an opportunity, just like they did this year, to unseat Alabama, but it's a tall order. They lost that game 42-21, and they won 10 games, right? Now, they got beat by a really good Baylor team after losing their first-round quarterback to injury in the first quarter, and Luke Altmaier didn't exactly inspire the faith of Ole Miss fans, though I'll be interested to see if Altmaier decides to stay and battle it out, because what we've seen here recently is quarterbacks will go into the portal if you go get another one. And that you could talk about competition or whatnot, but look, I saw Austin Kendall go into the portal when Jalen Hurts came to Oklahoma, right? We saw Jaxson Dart go into the portal when Caleb Williams was even mentioned at being at USC. We've seen JT Daniels go into the portal. I'm being interested to see where he lands. You have lots of different moving and shaking, but what's clear is the quarterbacks want to play. And if you don't give them an opportunity to be the starter from the jump, they'll probably go somewhere where they think they have an opportunity to do that. I mean, Keaton Slovis, another example of a guy who looked at Lincoln Riley and said, I guess I'm not his guy, and he's over at Pitt now. So I'll be interested to see how this goes. I do think this is an outstanding pickup for Ole Miss, and Ole Miss should be very excited about Jaxson Dart. And I'm really excited to see how good Jaxson Dart is in the best conference in all of football, the SEC, and he gets to really test himself in a meaningful way. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.